All right. Well, hello everyone. These are a little bit bigger than our normal WebGL meetups, so it's nice to see a whole lot of new faces. As this gets set up, my name is Damon Hernandez. Tonight I'm actually representing Samsung Internet. So a lot of people that have known me for years actually don't know what I do in the day job. They just think I'm an event planner. So that's not the case. I actually do things that are relevant to the technology. So real quick show of hands, because I don't have a lot of time. How many people know that Samsung even makes an internet browser? All right, bless you. How many people use that browser? Hey, all right. So, exactly. All right. So, real quick, Samsung does make an internet browser for mobile. It doesn't just run on Samsung devices now. That's a relatively new thing as well. So, if you have other devices, it runs there. What excites me about actually it is that it runs across, the browser works across a variety of different devices. So, we're on mobile, we're in the Gear VR, we're on the TV, and then also the wearables. We are the first VR browser for an HMD. We've supported actually WebVR since April of last year. Supported WebVR since April of last year. We are among the top 3 apps in the Oculus Store. And what's been fun for me is so my background is really around digital cities. So it's not just about how do you as a user interact with the web, but as IoT and all these other things come online, how do you as a user interact with the digital built environment around you, okay, which is very key. And so for that, that's what makes Samsung kind of unique in a way, is because through the things like Samsung Pass, which does the biometrics of eye and thumb, and then also through Samsung Pay for those who are interested in e-commerce and some of these other things. So as WebVR, you begin to look at how do you monetize your experiences and things like that. It's kind of a fun browser to start to explore. To give you some ideas of some of also the features, one cool feature, so if anyone's been in the Gear VR headset itself, something that we have is you can set the custom 360 image background. So as you go to a web page, a small little script in the bottom of that page can essentially then provide this background to be whatever you would like, right? So it kind of adds that extra level of immersion, if you will, right? Which is a lot of fun. Also, it's a pretty seamless transition. So if you're in the web page itself on the mobile device, you can slide it into the headset, and then it goes directly over into the VR browser. Something else that's kind of fun is I'm sure y'all saw we recently announced our controllers, right? So if anyone wants to come out and check out the controller a little bit later, I have this one that you can get a feel for it, see what it does, things like that as well. So this is a lot of fun. And then let's just go here to run through. They told me I had 2 minutes, but I'm now not Samsung hat, but just in Damon as a community guy. I put together this resource here, Create WebVR. So if you go to createwebvr.com, this is essentially a resource here where we show a lot of the different things, supported frameworks, and as I scroll. So if there is anything, this is for the community, by the community. So think FUBU all the way. And exactly, for those that are, I guess I'm dating myself. So for those that know, hey. And so if you have any content that you feel needs to go up there, if you have a framework that you're working on, people who know me know that I'm a firm believer of high tide raises all ships, especially right now. And I am up here because I stand on the shoulders of people like Tony Parisi, Brandon Jones, and a lot of the other people that have made this possible, right? And in addition to standing on these giant shoulders, I have the opportunity to call them friend. And so that's what's cool about this. So definitely if there's a resource up here that you would like to see, and then also make sure you check out, again, there is under the Samsung developers page, there are some resources that you can check out that show you some of the cool integrations that we have, again, with our browser. I think I'm coming up on my 2-minute mark. I do talk fast, but, and then also if anyone's working on any cool web AR or web VR content, please come talk to me. One, as an individual, I would love just to see what it is that you're working on. And then 2, also, if it seems appropriate, we could explore potential partnerships or other things. Just a real quick show of hands. How many people right now are actually working on a web VR or web AR application? Okay. After this talk, how many people are going to start to play around with it? Okay, awesome. To give a little plug and a shout out to the guys that are coming up next, check out A-Frame. right? They really couldn't have done a better job. I personally feel this is not a Samsung hat thing. This is just Damon, the developer. It's a great place to start, right? And then as you want to scale, definitely look at some of these other frameworks like X3 DOM and things like that that'll also get you up and going. But we'll have some great talks there. So I definitely think I've exhausted my 2 minutes, but I think that there was enough time, and I don't see anybody that's hooking me off the stage for maybe a quick 1 or 2 quick questions. So that would be maybe ones that involve yes or no answers. You don't count because yours aren't. I think the thing is anyone that's creating compelling content, we want to enable that person, right? We want to make you shine. And then anyone who knows me knows that I am one of those people that, yes, the 3D Web Fest. So if anyone's involved or at the WebGL level or higher, submit some artwork to the 3D Web Festival that's coming up, right? That's a really great, thank you for bringing that up. That's a really great opportunity to say, how do we take artists and the kind that, not like graphic artists. I mean, I'm talking about, like throws paint against a canvas and that's like, what they were feeling, kind of artist. And how do we take the web developers, bring those two together to create some really cool experiences? And so we will be in the 3rd year of our 3D Web Festival. So check that out. That's 3dwebfest.com. Yes?
When we have is Samsung working on is anyone working on a turnkey solution for multiplayer in WebVR?
Is anyone working on a multiplayer solution for WebVR? Turnkey solution. I think that, yes, there are people that are working on it. I think the thing that's exciting for me is that, because WebVR is so new, but it's obviously where everyone's going, right? And that's the thing that I've always it's been fortunate for me. A mentor of mine is Tony Parisian. Since I've known him since day one, it was the web is the platform for that. And so with that being said, I think right now, and I'm one of those people, if you want to look at how do we bring in e-commerce and monetization into WebVR, how do we bring in multiplayer and a lot of these other things that while Brandon and a lot of those guys are focusing on a lot of the technical specifications of it, how do then on the application side and maybe at a different level of abstraction, do we focus on that? I think this is the year. I really feel that 2017, personally, this isn't a Samsung thing, this is a Damon thing. I think 2017 is the year of the enabling of the developers and the content creators. And if someone is to build a WebVR experience, build that for 2018. But this year is our year, so let's see what we can do. So awesome. So in that, thank you everyone, and I'm out.